In April 1947, a door slammed in a young woman's face. It was to open a bright new window in the American home fashions industry. That young woman was Claire Cohn. We know her as Claire Coleman. She was a reporter at Retailing Home Furnishings, and she didn't think it was fair that women were not allowed at the Men's Curtain and Drapery Club dinner during market. Oh, no, they told her, start your own club. Well, if you can't join 'em, beat 'em. Claire and 4 industry colleagues lunched on April the 22nd and launched that July. The new National Home Fashions League had its own party. Thank you. The rest, as they say, is home furnishings history. The new NHFL bloomed in the heady days after World War II. America itself was booming. Our warriors were home again. Houses couldn't be built fast enough. Togetherness was the byword. Women were back into homemaking and home decorating. And the National Home Fashions League was there to show them how. In 1949, NHFL created a nationwide program called Home Fashions Time. 8,000 retailers got involved. Home was the American dream, and everyone had something to say about it. By January of 1949, the NHFL had grown to 237 women. Chapters had sprung up in Philadelphia, Washington, Chicago, Cleveland, California, Florida, and the league was in the national spotlight. We also grew our mission in new directions. The Educational Foundation, our philanthropic arm, was founded in 1978. Since then, scores of students have received grants and scholarships. In fact, IFDA's foundation gives more money in scholarships and grants than any other foundation in the industry. EF has also helped save and restore many of America's architectural treasures, including the Eagle Saloon in New Orleans, where it is said that Buddy Bolden invented jazz in the late 19th century. EF also supports Eleanor Roosevelt's beloved Val Kill in Hyde Park. Another First Lady became IFDA's trailblazer in 1966. We honored Lady Bird Johnson for beautifying America with wildflowers. Our roster of trailblazers is full of bold-faced names. Textile genius Dorothy Liebes. Lisa Taylor, founding director of the Cooper Hewitt Museum. Paolo Soleri, a visionary architect. Raymond Waits, our own top designer. Michael Graves, a serious architect. Philippe Stark, a madcap architect. Grace McNamara, publishing entrepreneur. We also honored our own wise owls who have served our industry with great distinction. Textiles wizard Jack Lenore Larson and mega editor Lou Gropp, who are among them. We established a special award for New Yorkers who make our city great. Macy's, the Miracle on 34th Street. Our Big Apple Award sits on many distinguished desks. Kips Bay, Ellis Island Restoration, the renewed Grand Central Station, Hearst Publishing's amazing new headquarters, the New York Design Center, home to the New York chapter, the Mayor's Office of Film, Theater, and Broadcasting, Gracie Mansion, and His Honor himself. We have tapped into some of the industry's most fertile talents. Industrial designer Karim Rashid was the keynoter at this year's Design Edge Summit in New York, which was sponsored by the IFDA Educational Foundation. We've also encouraged the up-and-coming. In 1978, Career Day was launched. NHFL members mentored college students about career opportunities in home fashions. As the years have flown, we have grown to 12 active chapters across the country. We also outgrew our name. In 1984, we went international with a new name and a new look. We opened our doors to men, first as colleagues and then as full-fledged members. We charted our first chapter abroad and welcomed colleagues from China. Next on board, our IFDA chapter in Japan. Our new international colleagues quickly knocked the socks off the Japanese design industry with their smash hit designer show house. It was the first show house ever seen in Japan. Then they knocked our socks off back in New York, inviting us to a traditional fragrance tea ceremony. We've also put on some pretty newsworthy events. We brought the best and the brightest to the IFDA stage, like pioneering TV psychiatrist Joyce Brothers, mega trends forecaster Faith Popcorn, and twin antiques gurus the Kino brothers. We've also started some smashing new traditions of our own, the Circle of Excellence. It honors top achievers in the interior design industry. We created IFDA Selects, recruiting industry experts to comb trade events like the Architectural Digest Show, International Contemporary Furniture Fair, and New York Now. We're putting IFDA's Best in Show stamp of approval on what's new, well done, and newsworthy. Our salute to rising stars, now in its 10th year, spotlights design talent still on their way up. We made new stars from upcycled old chairs. Our take-a-seat auctions went viral, so to speak, spreading from New York to IFDA chapters across the globe and pouring donations into local charities. Meanwhile, we did remember that charity begins at home with the IFDA Educational Foundation. We backed EF student design competitions in partnership with IFDA trailblazer Raymond Waits and with contemporary furniture innovator Cliff Young. We established grants honoring IFDA founder Claire Coleman and memorializing IFDA leader Valerie Moran. And we had fun funding those grants through our series of walking tours in Greenwich Village, on the High Line, through MoMA to see the 150th anniversary exhibit on Frank Lloyd Wright. Well, you may be wondering if we ever stand still. Indeed, we do, and at some of the coolest venues in town. Look for us on the first Monday of the month having cocktails, conversations, and connections at some new smart bar or rooftop in New York. We're there to spread the word about IFDA, who we are, what we do, why you should join us. Well, who are we? We are all facets of the home furnishings and design industry. We are designers, manufacturers, and journalists. We are in advertising and public relations. We are retailers, photographers, educators, social media people, and artisans. We are whoever makes our industry thrive. And thrive we have. For 70 years, 70. 70 used to be a lifetime. Well, IFDA has just zoomed past the big 7-0. We're moving forward, and you can bet we're picking up speed.